Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the Record Store Day 2020 list. So the time has come, the list is out, Record Store Day 2020, which is going to be taking place on April 18th. And this is a day that I get pretty excited about. Not only do you get to support your local record store, but obviously there are a ton of exclusive presses that come out. And Record Store Day has gained in popularity, it seems like, year over year, and this year seems like it's going to be another big one, as I think this list is pretty awesome. Now, there is a pretty massive list of releases, but I'm going to go over some of the highlights, some of the stuff I'm looking out for and wanted to mention to you guys so you can keep your eyes peeled. And yeah, this year there are a couple things on this list that will make me probably sit out there at like 2 in the morning. So without further ado, let's get right into these highlights here. So starting off this list here with a pretty interesting 7-inch release that's coming out of Black Lips for the single They's a Person of the World. This actually features Kesha on it. Yeah, pop singer Kesha and Black Lips are crossing paths on a 7-inch here. It is limited to 750 and it's a regional release, so I'm not sure if everybody's gonna get this one. Next up, what I think is number 1 on my list that I am most excited for is Charli XCX is reissuing the Vroom Vroom EP on a 12-inch on clear vinyl. It is limited to 2,000 and it is a worldwide release, so it might be kind of difficult to get, I'm not sure, but I have my fingers crossed I scooped this one. The Cure are also reissuing Blood Flowers on a picture disc that's limited to 7,500, so that one's gonna be pretty available, I think, and I don't know if I'll scoop that or not yet. Not really a huge fan of picture discs, but I don't own Blood Flowers. Another really interesting 7-inch that's super high up on my list is the Denzel Curry Bulls on Parade 7-inch. It's gonna be limited to 2,500 copies, and I know it's a worldwide release, so it might be kind of hard to track down, but what's really interesting, not only is you get that Bulls on Parade cover, which was pretty sick, but the B-side is Eye Against Eye that features Bad Brains, so like, I have to have this 7-inch. And like he usually does each year, Mac DeMarco's releasing more demos, this time for his most recent album, Here Comes the Cowboy. It's gonna be called Other Here Comes the Cowboy Demos. It's limited to 3,000. Not really quite sure if I need to hear demos of Here Comes the Cowboy, as a lot of the tracks on that album sounded like demos. Billie Eilish is releasing Live at Third Man Records, which is pretty cool. It's on an opaque blue press, and it is 17,000 copies, so this one should be really easy to find. I'm not the biggest Billie Eilish fan, but it's kind of cool that she's got a live record coming out from Jack White's Third Man Records, so I'm probably gonna scoop that. Freddie Gibbs and Madlib are releasing a 1974 version of Pinata that looks pretty cool. It has an alternate cover with a blaxploitation inspired artwork on it. It is limited to 2,000 and this cover's the only time you can get it, so look out for that one. I didn't see anything else different about the music on it though. It looks like it's just that limited cover release. Philip Glass is releasing the Koyaanisqatsi Soundtrack, which looks pretty awesome. It's limited to 1,500 copies. Definitely track down that movie if you haven't seen it. It is pretty mind-expanding. Guerrillas are also going to be stretching further back into their discography with some older releases that have never been on vinyl. They're putting out D-sides on a triple LP, and it's 15,000 copies, so that one's definitely going to be available after Record Store Day, I think. And also G-sides are coming out as well, and it's also limited to 15,000, so those should be pretty easy to find. New Order is releasing a John Peel session, which looks really interesting, on a 12-inch. That's going to be limited to 7,500 copies. Really looking forward to that one. And also a pretty limited release here, but Ennio Morricone is releasing the For a Few Dollars More soundtrack. This one's on a 10-inch that's on yellow vinyl that says on the Record Store Day website it's limited to 400, but then when you click on the info page, it says it's 750. It is a regional release, so it's going to be pretty hard to track down. Slynt is going to be coming out of nowhere and releasing a 12-inch single of Breadcrumb Trail and Good Morning Captain. There's 2,500 copies available, but what's cool is this does come with a glow-in-the-dark Slynt slip mat, which you never know why you would need a glow-in-the-dark Slynt slip map. And also some releases I'm really looking forward to. Tyler, the Creator, and Odd Future are gonna have a pretty heavy presence this Record Store Day. The Odd Future tape Volume 2 is being reissued again on vinyl, and there's gonna be 2 versions that have the original alternate cover arts. They're both limited to 1,400 copies, but you have one on purple translucent, and you're also gonna have one on pink vinyl. And Tyler, the Creator, is gonna be issuing Cherry Bomb for for the first time ever on vinyl on translucent red that's limited to 7,250 copies. That one should be available for everyone. And what's also pretty cool is he's releasing the Cherry Bomb instrumentals on vinyl for the first time. That's going to be on opaque pink. A little bit more limited on this one though. It's going to be 4,500 copies. So yeah, lots to look forward to for all the Odd Future heads out there. And lastly, rounding up a batch of highlights here, there are a lot of soundtracks that are being released, some pretty notable ones, but for me, I thought it was pretty cool. They're releasing the Austin Powers trilogy on vinyl. So these are all going to be available for the first time ever. You're going to have International Man of Mystery, that's limited to 1,500 copies. The Spy Who Shagged Me is going to be more available at 3,000 copies. And also Goldmember is going to be available to 3,000 copies as well. Not really quite sure if I'm going to pick these up, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. I really liked those movies growing up. So yeah, that rounds up a bunch of highlights from this year's Record Store Day that I'm on the lookout for. I know there is a ton of stuff to sift through in that list that people are going to be after. So let me know what you're looking out for in the comments down below if there's anything that I missed. And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you want more content from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Peace.